30 to 1 p.m. You will be able to see me and Matt. Shut up, alarm! I know it's fucking alarm time. Jeez, we're not getting monetized today. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, come check us out on a beautiful Sunday afternoon from 11:30 to 1. We will have Matt. We will have me in the same place at the same time.
That's right.
Good lord, it's been since September, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a good atmosphere. So definitely, if you're on the download, Country Club Brewing in Southside Bethlehem is the place to be on Sunday, April 27th for our little post draft. Excuse me, draft party. We'll be talking about the draft and we'll be giving you our opinions on the Eagles' moves on that very day. So you're gonna have to wait. We're not gonna do a the Eagles move up to 15. You're gonna have to wait till that Sunday.
That's
It's
right.
gonna fucking it's gonna suck. But hey, we're gonna have to wait measly couple days to get into the Eagles draft selections, and we'll talk about it there, and we'll have a good time with all you fans. So definitely, that's April 27th at Country Club Brewery in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. More information to be announced, but we're getting there. We're almost what like 30, 40 days, 41 days
Yeah.
till that day. So it'll be here before you know it. And yeah, so good times. Good times will be had. Looking forward to it. So if you're in the viewing area, even if not, fly out here. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Matt, the Eagles fan base is an outrage again. Not really something we talked about off air. We did definitely chat a little bit, but the Eagles do lose Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson is going to Jacksonville. Just kind of throw that out there real quick. What do you think of the move?
Good for Fred. Jacksonville needs offensive line help. Um, so I like it for him. It's kind of adds to why you traded for a guard in the C.J. Gardner Johnson trade. I know Johnson played some tackle for you, but just versatile offensive line pieces for depth, I think, is what the Eagles want. And hey, Fred played well when he had to step in last year, so good for him. And hopefully, I'd like to see him hopefully earn a starting job out in Jacksonville. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Um, there's also anger today that the Green Bay Packers kind of some funny rules that came to the voting table today. We don't know if they voted yes or no, but the Green Bay Packers have officially announced that they put in that they do not want the tush push anymore
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Boo hoo.
Kind of funny that yeah, just
Although they've
you
run
can't be.
what's weird is they ran against the Eagles like twice. It's a similar play, but with the tight end instead of the quarterback. I don't know. I don't think it'll get passed.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So that's that. Detroit made a also a proposition too. They want the playoffs to be not by they want it by standings. They don't want it by if you win the division.
That's weird to me. For them to suggest that rule, I don't know if they're thinking like they might possibly. I don't know if they are kind of thinking that hey maybe they'll win 11 or 12 games but lose the division, or if it's like hey Washington spanked us, they shouldn't have been the 7 seed or the 6 seed. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that'll pass either.
The whole thing is just weird.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand it one bit. Some of these rules just kind of make.
They
I
gotta
don't know.
fix the stupid onside rule. I hope that's the rule. If anything happens, if any rules get changed, I hope it's that. Um, I think the onside rule is stupid, and they should do what the UFL does. It's 4th and 15. If you get it, you get the ball. If not, then your opponent gets it from. I think they do it at like the 30 or the 35, so you have to get to like midfield for the first down. If not, the opponent takes over wherever you got tackled.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Some of these rules. I don't know when they're voting on these rules. Did they? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
If it's like
forget when they do it, but I don't
I don't know
expect
if any of
many,
these.
if at all, get
Yeah.
passed.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
Um, looks like Cam Robinson from offensive tackle was with Minnesota is signing a 1 year deal with the Houston Texans. Um, no thoughts on that.
no, that good move for Houston. I don't know if he could play anymore, to be honest. I feel like he's just bouncing around at this point, and he's just one of these guys that seems to be on a different team every single year.
Two more things of note. The Washington Commanders reworked a deal with Debo Samuel in Washington. They're guaranteeing 17 million of Debo's previously non-guaranteed salary for this season, along with adding another $3 million worth of incentives. Per sources, Samuel now will play this season and a 1 year deal worth up to $20 million, including $17 million guaranteed.
It's only a 1 year deal.
Yeah,
Huh. You know what? I kind of respect that for them. If he plays well and they like him, then he'll get paid
yeah.
some good
But
money.
his age, yeah.
But if
Um,
not, then he'll hit free agency and wind up somewhere else the following year.
and something that happened after yesterday's pod. Former Vikings 2019 first round pick Garrett Bradbury has reached an agreement on a 2 year deal worth $12 million, including $3.8 million guaranteed, with the New England Patriots. Bradbury started all 88 games. He played for the Vikings. The Patriots recently released 10-year veteran and team captain David Andrews, and Bradbury is now expected to replace him.
I like that move for New England. They definitely need a lot of offensive line help. You get a guy. I mean, I don't think he's that great, but better than what they had, especially after letting Andrews go. So I like that signing.
Yeah. And one more thing before we get into the draft portion of today's show is Ranger Suarez sucks. Not Ranger Suarez. I said the wrong name.
Taiwan
Tajon
Walker.
Walker sucks. Tajon Walker sucks. Sorry, Ranger. I fucked up. He gave up 6 runs today.
That's all right.
Good Lord.
He's gonna have to
Good
play here
Lord.
and there, but
Yes.
that's okay.
Ranger, I'm sorry. 3 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He allowed 3 home runs. His max velocity was 93.9. His spring ERA is 6.92.
And guess what? He's still making the opening day roster.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Anyway,
He's gonna be your fifth starter. I don't care. Look at the fifth starters around Major League Baseball. Their ERAs are from 4.5 to 5.
Yeah.
Then when Painter gets up here, you move him to the bullpen. You move Walker to the bullpen and never use him again.
So today we are in day 2 of the edge rushers. We will keep going tomorrow, followed by a Saturday show, followed by a Monday show. We'll keep rolling this week.
That's right.
The first guy on our we're gonna go to Nick Scorton, Texas A&M.
We're starting with the Texas A&M contingent with Mr. Nicholas Scorton here. I don't know if his name's Nicholas or not. I'm just throwing that out there.
And you will. I don't know if you pulled up the clip of him against Will Campbell, because they definitely played against each other.
Oh, that's very true. We will see. This is a nice little highlight reel. Yes, yeah, we went over that when we saw Will there. Scorton, interesting prospect. He's a very big frame. He is 6'5", 267 pounds. Yet he ran a 4.59 40. So super athletic. Oh, sorry. I gave you a Shamar Stewart there. He's 6'3".
One and one today. We were 1-1 in the first stage. I'm watching.
He's 6'3", 257 and ran a 4.7 40. That's impressive. Oh. Big frame, freakishly athletic. Compared to even the guys we looked at yesterday and some other guys we're going to look at today and other guys in this draft class, he actually has a pretty diverse pass rush arsenal. He'll utilize a swim move. He'll use a club. He has spin, a little bull rush. And some of the guys, even Abdul Carter, James Pierce, that we looked at yesterday, they're guys that are so athletic that they can just utilize their speed and get by, but they need to develop more pass rush moves. What Scorton has is an arsenal of pass rush moves. He's got a good, quick first step, and he hits hard. So he utilizes that speed and his frame and translates that into power at the point of attack, which you'll love to see. That's a guy that's going to make some impactful plays when you get to the NFL. The negatives about Scorton: his tackling technique is a little sloppy. Leaves a lot to be desired. It's inconsistent. Because some of these plays, it's like, okay, it looks good. You got the kind of tackle that you wanted. Other times, there's players that slip away or get a couple extra yards, or it could have been, a tackle for a loss and misses. Like even on that rush right there, yes, he gets the pressure, but he kind of should have done what he did on that play. Let's go back a couple seconds here. It's this next play where he just kind of gets sloppy. We're right there. No, not right there. It's the next play. That was a nice pick, by the way, by the corner. So this one, he gets the pass rush move, but he's already at a disadvantage at the angle because this quarterback can kind of just bootleg out here, and he is just completely out of position to make a decent tackle attempt. Tries to get his hand on him, misses, boom, but the quarterback gets out, and then you just see it with the next highlight. That's good. You use your leverage to get outside and then put your hands out, wrap up, and don't let go. So if he can kind of piece this together and keep that technique, that was a beautiful spin move right there. Good Lord. Cooking Notre Dame. Nice there, batting the ball away. So he's got a lot of great things working for him. It's just some things need to be fine-tuned. When he plays against better tackles, he can get a little sloppy with this technique, and he struggles against double teams. He's kind of the type of guy where if he faces a double team, he's almost taken out of the play, and you're not going to know he's on the field. Not everyone can be Jalen Carter. I understand that, but that is something where if you are an elite edge rusher, if you want to be Miles Garrett, if you want to be TJ Watt, you are going to have to learn how to combat double teams and be able to beat them from time to time. So I actually really like Scorton. Uh, Reading his bio, the measurables, watching this tape back, I like what I see. I think he could be even better, especially, if he gets the coaching and sticks with it, just because there's a lot of intangibles here that I think are really good and he's a player that you'd want on your defensive line coming off the edge, especially if he can play with better players around him. He's supposed to be like a mid first round pick or late first round pick, so he should go to a better team with some more talent. Which to me, if he goes late first round, depending which team it is, he could be impactful early, and I think that's a great thing for him and a great thing for the team that drafts him.
Yeah, that's I do like that he's very athletic. Like watching his tape,
Yes.
he's one of those guys that will keep another guy that will keep his eyes on the field and um not really let that bother. Like he'll kind of keep an eye on the ball where it's at all times.
Yep.
I've seen, and I like where he puts his hands up on some of these plays. I was watching some his stuff against Notre Dame, and that was one thing that he just consistently puts his hands up, puts his hands up. Even in pass protection, he will consistently try to make a play. Um, that was one thing that I saw from him
Yep.
that I like.
I think you're on the ball right there, Mr. Eric.
He is not. I think he's very like watching him against the run. That's something that is not concerning at all. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be concerned with him against the run. Like you kind of touched on before, his pass moves are kind of need to be a little bit more polished.
Yeah, he has them, but they need to be fine tuned.
Yeah, he'll get in there with a defensive line coach. That'll be his way of kind of
Yep. Like he
kind
definitely
of
jumped
getting
off
him.
sides there
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
play. A little bit off sides.
Yeah. He plays at that outs like that 3-4. Like so, he's at like a 3-4. They're playing like a 3-4 there. He
Yeah.
could probably play like a 3-4 outside linebacker. There's one guy in this class that I'm kind of curious if you would think that he would be an inside linebacker. Because I don't know. Just he looks small.
I didn't realize he played at Purdue though.
Yeah. So he was that was Purdue for 2023. Actually, no. Hold on. Let me look that up. Let me pull up the trusty magazine.
It looks like Purdue had him playing more stand up, and A&M made him put his hand in the dirt, which you like to see. You like to see that versatility, especially from edge rushers. It was like one thing that you saw with Nolan Smith, the improvement this year compared to his rookie year. Yeah, I know rookie year didn't play that much, but you saw him go from a guy that was strictly just standing up to a guy that could put his hand in the dirt and really get after it. And that's all. See, I played D tackle, so like your stance is kind of, well, you're not playing a stand up D tackle, but your stances and why they're important if you can do multiple. Like when you have your hand in the dirt, kind of like a track runner, you know how they have that stance where one hand down and the legs are kind of bent at an angle. Like some of the techniques that you get from edge rushers, they are that like track runner stance. And it's so when that ball snaps, if you time it right and you're quick with that first step, you're going to, especially if you're fast, you should have full momentum and the right leverage to beat that offensive tackle. When you're standing up, yes, if you're fast, you can be able to get there, but you're not getting as much momentum releasing from the snap than you would if your hands in the dirt. Some of your guys are just naturally athletic and fast enough to where, hey, as long as I'm standing up, I'm in good form. Boom, I'm ready to launch and get going. But to be able to do both and be effective at both means you have it in you to be an upper echelon pass rusher.
Now, when we get to something about Landon Jackson,
Yeah.
I'm way off.
What do you mean?
He looks very no, he looks very small on tape. Like when watching him,
He's
like
big. He's 6'6".
no, he's 6'7",
Six.
274.
Woo!
I didn't even think about that.
Hmm.
Like I didn't even. I'd wonder if he could put on more weight and be a D tackle. Now that I think about it,
Well, hey, we got one
we're gonna
more
walk.
and
Yeah,
then go to Landon Jackson.
yeah, but I just like was looking through something and I'm like, oh, I thought he was like 6'3", 6'4". No, he's 6'7", but he looks
Six
small on tape.
seven.
Yeah, he does not look 6'7", to be honest. But whatever.
We will transition to Nick Scorton's teammate this past year, Shamar Stewart. Now, Shamar, another middle first round pick projection. He is 6'5", 267. Ran a 4.59 40. So another super athletic guy. The strengths, Shamar Stewart, athletic freak. He's dominant in the run game, very high motor, and I'm going to call it football IQ. He processes plays as they're developing very quickly. And you see the athleticism on some of these plays as they roll by, like just a little swim moves to get by, diagnosing, hey, it's a screen pass, hey, it's a run. That's a nice little move there. The thing with Shamar Stewart, though, he gets a lot of pressures. Like right there. That play and this play. Those two plays, as we continue to let this roll, they kind of summarize what Shamar Stewart is. Eric, do you know how many sacks he had in his college career?
I had that up. Hold on.
Or if
He
you,
had six.
that's horrible
Yeah.
for the amount of pressures that
Do you
he.
know how many? Do you know how many quarterback hits he's had?
No, how many?
12.
That's crazy.
He had 61 hurries.
Yeah, he had 39 pressures this year.
Yeah. I think it's telling to say that his defensive snaps. My thing is that like again we're gonna kind of talk about PFF here for a second, but it's telling signs that he placed 318 snaps in 2023, has a 69.5 grade. 2024 he plays 521 defensive snaps and he has a 79.5 grade. In 2022, he had 416 snaps and had a 46.3 grade.
So he is improving.
He is definitely improving because he had 9 hurries in 2022, 19 in 2023, and 33 in 2024.
Is he the one that you called Brandon Graham?
No, that was Scorton.
Because watching Shamar,
I
I
saw
kind of see
Scorton. I saw
BG.
BG in the run game as like Scorton. That's
Okay.
where I didn't see his pass. Like Brandon Graham's pass rush was, in his prime was fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, but in the run game, just the way he moves,
Yeah.
it kind of has like that Brandon Graham esque type vibe to me. Not he's. I don't. I'm not calling him Brandon Graham vibe, but I'm saying like the way that he moves and
Yeah.
kind of like keeps his eyes to that where the ball is. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a Brandon Graham fucking first round pick. Like he could fall out of the first round. He could be late first round, early second round. I think, but Shamar Stewart may be in the same category. They're probably. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, Stewart's a guy who's been improved. You know what I mean? From looking at those stats, definitely improved.
Because what I could see from watching this tape, looking at his measurables, looking at what is there, looking at his stats. So okay, uh, I keep throughout this draft process, I try to kind of like tie everything back to the Eagles because it's a team
Yeah,
we're most familiar with and our listener base is most familiar with.
we're an Eagles podcast. Yeah,
Exactly.
compared to Eagles.
Um, so like the Eagles run a lot of 3-4, and they also run a lot of 5-man fronts.
Yeah,
Why I am seeing Brandon Graham in Shamar Stewart as well as Scorton is because I think, and you are seeing more 5-man fronts across the league, across the NFL. Not just, the Eagles are doing it a lot, but you are starting to see
why
it
do you
kind of trickle.
and explain that why that's happening?
I think it's because with how athletic some of these offensive linemen are, the tight ends, running backs kind of having to be a run threat and a receiving threat, and athletic quarterbacks. I think you are seeing 5-man fronts to kind of they want to keep everything short. Defenses want to keep everything middle of the field and in that from like that intermediate range and closer. So you want to ideally you want to be able to protect the edges, but you want to also try to keep everything in that middle third of the field. So you go to a 5-man front that way you can have 2 edge rushers and not get killed against the run. You can have 2 edge rushers and still run like a nickel defensive back package where you have 3 corners on the field and 2 safeties. So you're not. It's like kind of a way to balance. Hey, we want to be able to play the run. We want to keep stuff for. We don't want to get beat over the top. We want to kind of congest everything to keep it over that middle third, and from 0 to 15 yards. That's ideally what defenses are trying to do. We're going to take away over the top. We're going to make you play. And that's why the Fangio defense has become more and more popular throughout the league, is because these teams are okay if you go on a 10-play, 5-minute drive and go 80 yards instead of the 3-play, 80 yards and a 60-yard touchdown. That's what they want. So that 5-man front allows you to have the edge rushers, but be okay against the run. Allows you to, if you're playing a Lamar Jackson, a Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, you can still try to contain the quarterback run, try to prevent him from getting outside of the tackle box to where he can really kill you with his legs, and then make him sit back there and have to beat your defense. Find the holes in the zone, find the man coverage matchup, yada, yada. So I'm seeing with Shamar and Scorton too, but especially Shamar, I see a little Brandon Graham because I could see him in that 5-man front. Yes, he's technically an edge rusher, just like Brandon Graham was, but Brandon Graham was playing inside of Josh Sweat
Right.
as kind of your third defensive tackle because he was athletic enough to, hey, he can beat that guard. He can get by the tackle if need be. But if they run, he's going to be there and be able to collapse down the line and make that play in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. I see both of these Texas A&M guys, and what's intriguing about Shamar is, yes, the production's not there, but as you listed out, it looks like he's getting better. At the older he gets, he's getting better. He already has this run
Whereas,
game
like,
down,
some people have said
and he's going.
that a lot of these people look at stats. You kind of have
Yep.
to take a step back sometimes. Whereas some people will look at Stewart and say, "Well, yeah, his numbers have gotten better with with the amount of playing, but you could contain that." Where and it's wild because the same guy that said that has him going in the top 10 to Chicago.
Interesting.
The guy goes, hey, I don't know if he could able to sustain, because they pointed out what we said, hey, he's improved over the last 3 seasons, but I don't see it. But he's a top 10 pick, and it's why? And as we're looking at the tape and I'm looking at it, I'm more concerned about that. Why would you say, oh, he's not going to sustain it, but he's a top 10 pick? Is it a sign? And maybe this is something that we can get into. Is it a sign that we've talked about how I love this defensive end class, and
Yeah.
I love the defensive tackle class, but others are saying no. But there's going to be an emphasis in the draft at that level, That's kind of something that is kind of, I call it 50-50.
Yeah.
You're kind of saying you're damned if you do, you're kind of damned if you don't,
Yeah.
type thing. You know what I mean? I don't I've seen some guys who I loved. I thought there was going to be guys that came out of the draft and took the world on storm. Like Ely, I thought he was going to be Coney Ely. I thought he was going to be somewhat decent.
Yep.
And it was a bust.
Yep.
He was not good. I'm trying to think of some names off the top of my head, but that's one. Derek Barnett, I thought he was going to be as a Philly guy, I thought he was going to dominate. And maybe that was bought into he tied the record for Reggie White.
He broke it. And the thing with Barnett, he broke the record, and he had He
was explosive. I remember watching
explosive, the hips, the bend. He was. If you looked at his draft profile and looked at his tape and looked at the analytical part of it, I thought he was going to be a stud.
Yeah.
But it got onto the field, and okay, that bend was great, but he couldn't do it consistently against NFL tackles.
Right, and that was.
And then he became Mr. Penalty, and because to me, Shamar, I like both. I haven't watched tape of a guy yet of these edge rushers where I'm like, this guy can't play at the NFL.
Yeah.
But Scorton, I would put Scorton over Shamar because Scorton has the moves. He's good against the run. If Scorton fine-tunes his pass rush moves, he's going to get you 10-plus sacks a year.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me about Shamar, even though he is improving, and I think he's going to come in day one and play the run very well. And that's fine. That's fine. But even with the improvement every year with the pressures, you have to be able to finish. And to have that many pressures and so little sacks, that makes me go, is he that guy that just can't finish?
Now we did a show yesterday. For all those that listen, please go back and check us out. Whether it's on the download on the audio, go over to twitch.tv/ITRZpod. Hopefully soon YouTube will get all these shows back up. But here was our day one rankings. It was number one Abdul Carter, James Pierce, Kyle Kennard, Mike Green.
Yep.
Mike Green. Now, we're going to continuously rank these guys. Like, it's not going to just be day one, we're going to continuously rank them. Now, Abdul Carter and Pierce 1 and 2. Okay, for me, Kyle Kennard is the most interesting out of the third.
Yep.
I think he stays at 3. And Mike Green is interesting because there's a lot to develop with Mike Green, I feel like.
Yep.
So we've had 2 guys already. Are you putting Scorton or Shamar Stewart in the top 4? I want to ask you.
I love that you did this because I was gonna segue into it.
Yeah, no, I because I pulled it up and that's where I wanted to go to 2, and then once we get to the other 2, I kind of want to put them in the 8. Like, I don't want that because I was like kind of we haven't really, like, we chatted for what, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We had nothing. We had no football talk. We were just shooting the breeze. But I want to make a list of like the top guys and then go, hey, like, this is where we were and this is where, like, keep it, because we're going to keep it on the Discord. If you're on the tinyurl.com/ITRZ Discord, you can join our Discord page. So, hey, there you go. And we have all these, like, 2025 draft that has the rankings. And I kind of want to see, because it's an important part of the draft is the defensive line and the linebackers and the corners. So I want to see where we rank them and then where they get drafted and go, oh, like, he was the first person off the board. Well, we had him as the first person off of our board. Does Scorton or Shamar Stewart go into the top 4? I don't think they do. I think right now, for me, Stewart is at 5, Scorton is at 6. That's going to change because we have the next 2. But that's I don't know. I like how you're changing. I'm like, Matt is typing, and I'm like, oh, what is Matt typing? All of a sudden, I'm like, okay. So, like, yeah, I put Shamar Stewart above Scorton, but I don't put Shamar Stewart or Scorton in the top 4. I think the top 4 stays. What do you have to say?
I would go Scorton above Shamar.
Okay, so we're okay. I think there's more to be. Yeah, I think Stewart.
I need to see the sacks come.
Yeah,
because
it could be. Yeah,
and it could happen. He's getting better. He's showing improvement year over year, which is great. But I know if Scorton tidies up and fine-tunes his pass rush moves, he's good against the run, and then he's going to get you 10.5 sacks a year.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't...
There is a guy that is going to... I know it because I've already seen it because I've watched a lot of tape. And I know there's a guy that... like. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a guy that's going to jump in the top 4. I'm telling you that right now.
I think Scorton on par with Mike Green, but I wouldn't put him ahead. So, I know our 1-2 today are swapped, but
I'm glad we're having that conversation because that's something tomorrow when you see gonna fucking just kind of go into. I like how we're doing these like shows. It's kind of like anticipation for who we're talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that. That's something that I wanted out of this podcast, and I hope everybody listens to checks us out and enjoys the same thing that we're doing. But yeah, this is something that is interesting to do. But yeah, as of March 19th, we have. Yeah, I think do like dude, if you think Scorton is 5, put him in the top 5. He's gonna get pulled off the list. I'm telling you right now, he's not staying in 5. Like he's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think you're gonna like the tomorrow's the first play that we're gonna talk about. I really think so. I could be completely wrong. You could be like, yeah, I don't like him. I love him, and he's supposed to be in the top 15. So that's where. So I'm curious about tomorrow. This is the anticipation. But
That's right.
another guy I like is. We're gonna pull up Landon Jackson.
We're moving right
Okay.
on to Landon Jackson.
So we again, I gave him the list. I said, here's the guys for tomorrow. We didn't talk about it. This is all fresh stuff that
That's
me
right.
and Matt are kind of talking about. So this is Landon Jackson, Arkansas. We talked about him a couple of minutes ago, and he's 6'7", man. He's
He's a big boy.
Dude.
And
Big,
as
big
this tape plays on, he is number 40. So just keep looking for an edge rusher, number 40. You're right though. Like he does not look that tall. Watching these highlights,
He looks lengthy, but he does not look big. He's not and it's 6'7". If he was 6'7", 290, I think I'd see it. I think with him being only at 280, my thing from what I've took notes is he has a high floor. I think there's a high floor there. I think I think that he has a high floor, and I think he could be very solid in the NFL.
I'm just trying to look because 6'6", 264.
He started the year at 6'6", 270, but now he is 6'7", 280, so he grew an inch. And he's 22.
Because I was going to say, like, looking at him play gives me Max Crosby vibes.
That was when I saw him play for the first time. Exactly what I said. I said, yeah, this is like Max Crosby, the young Max Crosby.
Because he is projected to go middle of the second round. His strengths: great hand technique, uses his length with power, high football IQ, blends power with speed. His weaknesses: limited bend and flexibility, which you probably expect being that tall. His get off, so that first step right at the snap, is not that explosive. And even though he has some speed, he's a power move rusher. He's a bull rush guy. He's going to try to club.
Two injuries.
Two injuries too.
Two ACL injuries. One in high school. One in early college.
Yeah, so
but
that
you get that, like, and I say this kind of wholeheartedly, not trying to be like an ass, but when you're a big guy, you have kind of those injuries.
Yep.
Knees, back, whatever, because you're tall, dude. It's like whatever, like it's just part of the football. You're not supposed to be running and being that way at 6'7". Like look how many just look how many injuries like nowadays. Everybody gets a knee injury. That's how it goes. Like you're running and stopping. As we see the coach very look angry, not happy. I don't know what he's not happy about. Probably that we're talking about a torn ACL. I do feel like this guy has big, like long arms. Like as I'm watching it.
Yeah, it shows the ability to drop back into coverage, which you like to see. Not good technique dropping back though, but nice heady play.
Well, that's what I was like wondering. That's what I was saying. Like, he does not look like a big guy. He really does.
No.
Like he's tall.
If he put on like 15 more pounds, I think he really could play D tackle.
Yeah, that's good. Or if he lost like 15 pounds,
Cause let
he
me.
could
He ran a
he could
four
play.
six eight 40.
Yeah, I'd wonder compare. I would want to know where that would compare if he did a 4.6. You said a what, a 4.640?
468. That's actually really
4.68.
good for his size. He's in the 91st percentile. His arm span is 82 and 6/8. That's high. Broad jump, vertical, 40 and a half inch vertical at that height. Damn.
Yeah,
He's really damn good against the run, though.
yep, and that's what I'm like. That's what I'm wondering. Could they? I don't, I don't really know. Could they move him back?
Maybe, you know what? You know what you could see? We just talked about it. But you put him inside on these 5-man fronts with his
As a D
power.
tackle?
Yeah, or you play him as a de facto actual defensive end and not just an edge rusher with those 5-man
Okay,
fronts.
kind
Like
of like what
think
Sweat
like
did.
think if the Eagles drafted him.
Yeah,
Say he gets drafted by the
yeah,
Birds. If they go
yeah.
5-man front, obviously you'd have Carter and Davis or Carter. Yeah, okay. You'd go Carter, Davis, Jackson or Ojimo, and then Ojolari, Nolan Smith would be your five.
Right.
Would be your 5 D linemen. Because with that speed, he could play the edge, but with those power rush moves, fit like a Jordan. If he doesn't get drafted by the Eagles, let's say that. Like, yes, good power rush move guy. He's going to struggle against Mulata and Lane Johnson. He's going to struggle against a Laramie Tunsil. He would struggle against those big, strong, like Joe Alt, or, those big tackles, those 6'6", 6'7", big, strong, beefy tackles. I think without having a speed rush move to go with his speed, he'll struggle against those guys. The smaller guys or the not so good offensive linemen, or if he can run stunts and cut inside to the guard, okay, he's going to beat some of those linemen. But because I don't think he plays as fast as he ran to, and that's the thing too. When I bring up some of these, like, I'm impressed with the 40 time, but that's just him running, no pads, not coming off the snap, and he's got a slow first step. That's where it's a little, I don't know. He's got a motor. He played it 3 techniques, so hand in the ground. He played in a wide 9. He's got a very good bull rush move. It's just, does that size hold up against some of your upper echelon tackles in the NFL? I mean, I'm saying he looks like Max Crosby. If he turns into Max Crosby along with that football IQ, then throw him at edge. But it's not that it's a real knock on him, because he looks like he can play, but that confusion of, do I want to play him inside on the line, or do I want to try him at edge? Will he be effective at edge? Or do I want to play him in a big front, in a 5-man front, and put him down, have his hand in the ground, and let him try to use that power to his advantage? And to me, if I have to think, just letting you know my thought process. If I have to think, like, where will I put this guy on the line, it kind of is a negative for me. Like, I like the plays he's making. I like the high IQ. He's got that dude can play football. He knows what he's doing. He's very powerful. He's got decent speed. But the pass rush move is I'm going to bull rush you. If I don't get by, okay, then if let's hope it's a run and I can make up for it. But if not, then I'm not in the play. And if I have to think, do I want to play him in a 5-man front? Do I want to move him inside and have him play 3 technique? Or can I trust myself and trust him to play edge rusher? That's where I kind of go, that's a little bit of a negative.
Now, at the combine, Matt, he did a 40.5 vertical, 6'6", 270. Now, they're kind of putting him as 6'6", 270, not 6'7", 280 as they're saying, but that went viral.
To be that tall and jump that high is stupid.
Yeah.
You don't even see some basketball guys with that high of a vertical at that height.
Yeah, I think I honestly, I think there's a lot of upside with Landon Jackson. I
Yes.
know with Landon Jackson for quite a while, and I kind of put you onto
Yeah.
him at points during this year. I really, like I
I
said, the
like him.
Crosby thing. Yeah, I don't.
He's a play finisher too, man. Like some of these
Yeah.
highlights, he's just.
Just
These are the guys you love though, because like that play's never over.
yeah. He's a guy that comes here to Philly, and if he comes to Philly, he's a guy that will be.
Oh, we'll
they
love
will
him.
love him.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll love him because he's just. Yeah, he's a guy that will torment
Dude,
teams.
hell,
And
getting a face
dude,
mask still
like on
hits
that
the
play, look at that.
quarterback.
Look at it. There's 2 guys after him. He got 6 on him. Like, dude, he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to keep an eye on him at all times. Like I know, hey, that's something we've said kind of in nauseum, but you're gonna have to really keep an eye on this guy because, dude, he's like a bull, like a bull. He's
Yeah.
like he's not like watch this play. He kind of comes outside, and he just kind of gets that strip sack there and picks it up. Even I think that's
Yep.
what him on the recovery. Yeah,
Yep.
even him on the recovery. Like, yeah, he. I like this kid.
I do too.
I didn't even like as we're watching this, and I have screen as well, and I've watched him before. Like I've said, I've been watching him for a little bit. To me, Matt, he jumps above Scorton and the other one.
Yeah.
I think
I'm there
I
too.
think he's at 5 now. And like the debate would be him and Mike Green.
Because even this, like, okay,
Banks.
this is Banks. Banks wins
Yeah.
this,
This is like a top 20 guy in the draft.
but
Yeah,
this hustle, Banks wins this, but he just does not give up on the play.
right.
And these guys, that's the type of guy that's going to find a way to be good in the NFL.
No, yeah, absolutely. And then you get a good defensive line coach.
Yeah.
And get him to shy away from his negatives and kind of let him.
And I like that
his-
Arkansas
yeah.
dropped him. I know that he didn't drop back this play, but we've seen it while we're talking.
He's very. I was gonna say for the stuff I've watched him play, he's very scheme. Like I think it's more of a scheme versatile. So like he can play in any style.
Yep.
Like you put him on the field and just say, "Hey, go get the quarterback." Like that can be coached. Like to me, if you're gonna say a Vic Fangio guy, and I could be wrong, but dude, from the eye test
No,
when I see things,
this looks like
he's a guy
Fangio
that Vic Fangio just salivates and goes, shit. Like I can
Ooh.
let him do it. We can let him do that role, and I can take somebody else and have them do something else that maybe Landon, maybe a guy like Nolan Smith can now expand his horizon on the defense.
Yep.
Or expand his defensive role and do something else. Where maybe if you get a guy like Landon Jackson, he can kind of do that thing, and then you're like, oh, like we got to worry about him, and we got to worry about Nolan Smith because Nolan Smith, and then you have guys like you. I'm telling you, like man, I might have to re-look at the Mike Green thing because I might have to put Landon Jackson as number 4. I might have to. That's insane because I know he's not a day one. Like I've seen a lot of people not like him, but I like Landon Jackson a lot. I really do. If I can get him in the second day 2, that Sunday, whoo, you're not gonna, yo, whoo, it's gonna be war zone. But yeah, dude, I got him at 5. I got him at 5 right now. I got him jumping above the other 2.
I'm right there with you. He is my number 1 so far today. I'm willing to have that talk for him sliding into the top 4.
Yo, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I'm kind of glad we're doing this here, and we didn't again because we talk a lot, dude. Like,
yeah,
we talk, but we didn't talk about this at all. I'm not gonna lie.
This guy right here, though, as we're about to get into,
I think I'd love this. Yeah, I think I'm in love with this. I like this guy too. This is another one.
Michael Williams, another Bulldog, mid first round.
On that play, go back on that play. Go back on that play a little bit. So I'm gonna rewind that play a little. Like, watch what happens on this play. Like,
so look,
he comes back.
Let's see it.
So what? Okay, I'm here. Boom.
Boom.
But yeah, like, dude, he's there. Like, and I'm gonna watch it back on my TV. But he like comes. He just like doesn't even like 50's not even 50. Don't even give. Like, dude, it's.
So look, well, let's break down this play. It's a little bit. I wish I had my telestrator up.
Dude, that's what I was at. Dude, that's what I was like.
Hold on here. So okay, so you're gonna see it there. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, lordy. Okay.
That's a I'm cooking thing. Yeah, that's what I'm cooking.
So, you're going to see here. Hold on, let's just. Okay. So, obviously, the motion comes here. They're going to do this little fake toss. It's actually a fake jet sweep, excuse me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, that's good.
I love the whoa.
Okay.
I love that.
So we're running a fake jet sweep. This running back's going to pull and be the lead blocker. And he's just watch right here. Watch him just kind of wait, diagnose. Okay, so look, he's thinking, I see this lineman pooling. I see this guy pooling. He already sees, okay, wide receiver didn't get the ball. Can I clear this without it jumping? Yes, beautiful.
Yay!
Beautiful. And watch, this right here. He's just watching this, diagnosing. Quick diagnosis. Shoot the lineman. He makes the first step, beats the pool. And here you go. Sorry, Cade Klubnik, you're dead. Bam. Oh, my Lord. To be able to process a trick play. That is ladies and gentlemen, I know that what I'm telling you right now is not rocket science. But that is the whole reason for motion and and play action and trickeration is to confuse and make the defensive end or the defensive line or the defense in general commit. And to have a guy in college to be able to diagnose this play that fast, shoot the lineman, beat both of the pullers. 50 got absolutely abused. And you know what? He was running the play properly. Williams just is that intelligent of a football player. Oh, God, even from this angle. Look. Yep. Just that subtle move. This subtle... Oh, my Lord.
I gotta ask you the question, Matt. I got it right here. This is an important question because I'm watching it and I'm like losing my shit. Like I mean, dude, I've been like studying this shit for quite a while. Like I said, the draft. Like I got the draft book, looking at the stats, looking at the shit, watching stuff on on Sundays. Usually, I'm not watching stuff on Saturdays, but I watch it the next day. Matt, is he better than James Pierce?
He might be. Oh my!
I think it's like the more and more I watch him, I think I didn't have him I had him in the top 4. Like that's where originally I'm going. But dude, I think it's Carter Williams. I think it's Carter Williams. I think I have to.
I think so too. He's more complete.
Yeah.
And I love Eric. I love James Pierce. Oh my God!
Look, but dude,
this guy. Yes, I know. It's George. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yep, number 2. He's number 2. We are a minute and 18 seconds into the highlights.
He's already number 2. Howie, give up the fucking farm. Go get this motherfucker now. Maybe I'll drive down to fucking Dynasty, meet Howie, grab him, and say, "You need this man. You need Mykel Williams badly." He's going in the top 5, top 10. He's definitely going. He's not going to be around.
This.
You need. You need. Yo, him and Jalen Carter together.
Oh my God,
Matt! You know what I'm gonna tell you? If they get Mykel Williams, you better fucking walk that fucking top. You better fucking walk that back. If they get Mykel Williams, that live podcast, book it, EP, write it down. I want to hear Matt fucking say, walk that fucking top. Eagles dropping the fucking 10 with that fucking comment. You need to walk that back if they get Mykel Williams.
Yep.
There's no fucking. I don't want to hear it.
There won't be a drop off.
You're not walking that back.
Dude.
You have to walk that back live on the show. And then fucking do like the, fucking just do.
Oh, my God.
Like, you have to. Yeah. That's a game changer.
I am not even lying. A part of me wants to put him ahead of Abdul Carter.
You want to put him what?
This?
You want to put him above the... Whoa.
Dude, this is only... and it's no shade on Landon Jackson. We watched a 13-minute video package. We watched a 13-minute highlight package of Landon Jackson, and I'm like, yo, this guy, great. I'm sorry. Yeah. Find me, please, Penn State fans. And I love Abdul Carter. I called him the next Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Find me. This is a 3-minute, 40-second highlight package. Find me 5 plays of Abdul Carter diagnosing read options. Find EP. That's your homework. I'll give you until the draft. I want 5 plays of Abdul Carter diagnosing read options while they're happening and making the right fucking play. That's not true. I'm telling you right now. Here we go. Here we go. Abdul Carter highlights.
Oh boy.
I guarantee you.
No. You're
5 minutes and 27 seconds. I guarantee you there's not one.
full transparency. How much time did you spend on Michael Williams up until today?
5 minutes. I read his profile on 4 different websites, and I said
But
I
you
really
didn't
like
watch
him.
but you didn't watch his tape until
I watched. Yep, I watched. I watched George play like 3-4 times. I knew who he was.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, yes,
You
Carter.
watch this fucking highlight, yeah.
Carter's amazing. I've called him the next Micah Parsons. Speed, being a speed rusher is one thing. Being able to diagnose, read options, making the right play, like that, all these are pass rush, pass rush, pass rush, pass rush, pass rush.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, right there, great. Nice, beautiful play. SMU, watch that happen. I love him. I love him. It's no knock on him. If you are looking at an actual complete total package, because I'm telling you right now, a third of this shit that Abdul Carter and James Pierce do is getting nullified in the NFL. It's getting nullified in the NFL.
Yeah.
Look, this is all pass rush sacks. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for actual high intelligent football IQ plays. Okay, cool. He can speed rush. Great hustle. It's no knock on him.
We're talking fucking Abdul Carter down.
Dude, yeah, great. Nice play right there. Like, it's no knock on him. I am just saying, look at the total package. Pass rush move, running back runs to the left side. Okay, great. It's serious. It's no knock. I'm just saying, look.
For me, Michael Williams and the way that he moves, he's a smaller version of Jalen Carter as a defensive end.
Exactly, and that's the best play. Jalen Carter's the best defensive player in the freaking league.
Put it to him. Matt, put him. Just do it. Michael Williams is number one on this board.
He's one, and Abdul Carter is 1A.
Yeah, but yeah, they're number one, but they're different number one.
Yes,
like you can't like that style of how they play. Like Micah Parsons is the best. Like Micah Parsons' style is different than what Michael Williams would be. Abdul Carter is different than what Michael Williams. That's what I'm kind of saying.
All these plays are against Illinois, Minnesota. He had Ohio State second there. Washington, 5-4 Washington. Although this left tackle's garbage. Great.
If Abdul Carter did that at Georgia, he'd probably be one.
And guess what? He'd be in a more intelligent football player.
Yeah.
Because look, there is a reason Penn State hasn't won a championship in 35 years, 40 years almost?
Yeah. Pretty much.
And there's a reason even Georgia, without a quarterback, here, I'm telling you this.
They have a quarterback, it's over.
If Georgia had Drew Allard, they'd win the national. They would have won the national title this year.
I mean, no problem. Carson Beck is not good.
Carson Beck is a toilet.
Yeah.
He's a toilet. So, hey, look.
I cannot wait. Dude,
he's got to have the hands. He's got to bring that pick in. Yeah. It's no knock. They're 1 and 1A. We'll do it that way. Because, yes, Eric, you are correct. They are both elite, but they are different rushers.
Yeah.
Because, look, we're 4.5 minutes in. There hasn't been one read option diagnosis.
Yeah.
And it's no knock. Asked to do different things.
Yeah. There's two different styles of defense that they both play.
Yeah. And they're both elite at what they do.
Yeah, they're elite. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Dude, I love Abdul Carter. If he fell to 32, I'm calling Howie on the phone saying you better draft this motherfucker.
Yeah,
I love him.
If you're drafting him at 20, if he's at 25, you better. I don't. You
Oh,
better
hell yeah.
fucking
You
use the
better
funds.
fucking...
Dude, I would move up to 17,
I
18.
will literally kiss Howie's ass
Yeah.
for him to move up
I
and
would
go get him.
mortgage the future for my. Yeah.
No, he's not. He's definitely not falling. He should
And I don't
be.
think Mike
He should be
Williams.
the first
Yeah.
player drafted. I'm telling you that right
If
now. He
Mike,
should be the first
yeah.
player drafted.
At least I don't think he's going to. But I think
No.
he's going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think they'll draft Cam Ward. They have. There's. Yeah. You're not progressing with Will Levis at quarterback.
No.
Sorry, Tennessee.
Sorry.
Fans. I don't know why you're listening to an Eagles podcast, but you're not. You're listening.
Well, remember, they were like a couple players away from a Super Bowl. Remember?
Oh yeah, no, they were.
Listen to their...
yeah. That fucking dude. That. Good Lord.
Good
It
Lord.
was not a fuck. I should go back and listen to that fucking Locked On Tennessee Titans podcast and just fucking laugh at their season. And they said, "Oh, we are not a couple, dude. They were fucking hard. You're the number one pick. You went from Super Bowl dreams to no. And I'm gonna kind of question that. My question to you is, I want you to write this down. We're not gonna do it, today, but when we talk about Jalen Walker.
Yeah.
I really want you to look at I really want you to look at him.
Yeah, I'm excited to look at him too.
He is a fucking beast. Jalen Walker. And in this game where if you look at that one, he goes up against Kelvin Banks, Michael Williams.
Yeah.
Goes against he's getting fucking he's it's insane. It's insanity. I just, dude, he's like a fucking abusing Kelvin Banks. He's abusing him. I'm watching this tape right now. He's abusing him. He's not even. Good Lord.
He's cooking. He cooks
Draft
this
the
man.
entire fucking. Just keep drafting Georgia players.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Yes.
Just keep drafting Georgia players. I don't care. Defensive line, corners, tight ends. I don't care. Turn it into fucking the Georgia. I don't care.
There's a reason why they are top 5 every year.
Yeah. Just keep drafting from the best schools.
Exactly.
Eventually you'll get fucking... Oh. Dude, That was intense, Matt. I'm not going to lie. That might have been the most intense I've ever been on a podcast. In probably, doing this for fucking 9 years now?
Yeah.
I think that was the most intense 10 minutes of podcasting I've ever done with you. I've never felt like, as I'm watching it, I hear your pure excitement. It was like a kid on Christmas. Like, just you watching this motherfucker and just going, oh shit. Because that was genuine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't.
Oh, yeah.
Rehearse. I'm not a fucking, like, that was a genuine reaction. Like, I don't think I've ever been, like, besides us being together watching on Discord, I don't think I've heard you that excited.
No, dude, yeah, that got me.
Quite a long time, because, dude, that might be the of the show. Yeah, like.
That got me, that gave me the tingles.
Little,
that reminded me of tilting that rad-ass Commanders fan, Tommy.
Shout out to Tommy.
I love you, Tommy. I wish you were listening.
Where's the other?
I don't know where Prophet's at. He's probably playing MLB.
You were gonna say something else about the Pacers. I thought you were gonna say something about the Pacers.
I don't know if they play tonight. But
who cares?
Yeah, I'm
the
out.
NCAA tournament starts tomorrow.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it.
I didn't fill out a bracket, but
nope, me either. That's why I'm not excited about it.
I watched
Usually I do a tournament, but I don't care about it this year.
I know I watched Sunday I actually watched a lot of college basketball. And I've been like kind of watching college basketball not throughout the year. college basketball.
I'm very sour on I'm not gonna lie. I'm very sour.
Yeah,
I'm very sour. Um,
but
I think
I would
basketball. I think the more and more I think about it, and the more I've talked about this on the podcast, I think basketball has a developmental problem.
I agree.
And I've talked to people before, and I've talked to people recently about it, and my suspicions are 100% right that nobody knows. Kind of, the pull back behind the curtain, but I feel like nobody knows how to play one-on-one defense.
Agreed.
And I think that's where you're in high school, you're in college, everybody does a scheme, everybody does a system. Well, it doesn't help on the next level. Like when you're going level to level,
Which is
it doesn't help.
crazy for
Because
how.
I think about this all the time. Like I used to play one-on-one basketball games all the time at the Y when I had the Y membership. One-on-one, one-on-one,
Yeah.
one-on-one. I hated playing fucking multiple games. I'd rather play one-on-one.
You know what's weird though?
I hate it. I hate playing 5-on-5. I hate it because guess what? Everybody wants to make a system. What system are you playing? You're playing fucking basketball. And it's like system. No, I don't fucking like get the ball in the basket, play good defense. Protect the ball. I don't
You would
it's the three
think
fucking
for
things. I don't
how many guys play that one on one isolation offense, you think there'd be better one on one defenders.
they're not. They're
But
horrible.
they're
They're fucking
horrible.
garbage.
Which
They're horrible.
also, now that I say it out loud, makes sense as to why offensive guys that can dribble prefer to go one on one because they know there's not many one on one defenders.
Yeah.
Like that makes complete sense. If you know you can dribble, like James Harden, he knows he can dribble, and that's why he was so good for so long. If he gets matched up on 75% of the guys in the league, if he still had his legs, he'd drop 45 every game.
I mean, yeah. But who the fuck cares about the fucking? I don't give two fucks about these people. Man, I'm getting wild today. Um, I don't give a fuck about your fucking regular season fucking stats. I
No,
don't give
no.
DMs.
And you know what? I'm out on basketball. I'll watch the
Yeah.
NCAA tournament. I love college basketball. I like
Everybody likes the
tournament
NCAA
college
tournament
basketball.
with the upset. Yeah, but people like the upsets. The people root for the upsets. People don't want to
True.
see the top seed win. That's boring. That's fucking that's the excitement. I have no interest. I'm fucking salty as fuck about basketball, and I'm pissed off.
But
at
I
the
know
fact
NBA, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to become out on all basketball because, dude, it's like there's a developmental problem, and they keep fucking doing these stupid. I keep hearing about this garbage ass, and I don't give a fuck if you're interested in AEU basketball. I think it's fucking killing the sport. The more and more I think, the
Agreed.
more and more I look at it, it's killing it. Who the fuck?
Agreed.
You're basically playing fucking professional fucking pickup basketball, and it's not helping.
Yep.
All it is bullshit. These and then when you get to the fucking teams, like yeah, you have athletes. You can fucking find athletes all over the fucking place. Look at football. You have athletes.
Yeah.
You have fucking athletes. I'm gonna get roasted for that comment. I know I'm gonna get
No,
roasted for
but
that
dude,
comment.
there's
these
AAU. You
basketball
don't play
players
as a
wanna
team.
all they want to do nowadays is fucking mimic the NBA guy that's fucking popular. They want to fucking nobody knows how to play one-on-one fucking sports. They
They don't even know how to play as a team. They know pick and roll and fucking one-on-one and shoot threes.
But sometimes like you can't play a three. Like so we'll talk about Easton fucking girls basketball. It fucking annoy the hell out of me. But like they were playing fucking 2-3. When they got manned up, they fucking got lost, and they were like, "Huh? Like, which way did he go? Which way did she go? Like, they didn't know where the fuck they're going. I don't understand. Like, some of these girls didn't fucking know how to play one-on-one basketball. How do you play?
Which is crazy.
You didn't play fucking in the streets. Like, you didn't play on the
dude. We would play in the streets, or when we played in a league. We would if the team couldn't pass, we played 2-3 zone. Because passing is how you beat a zone.
I'm watching these girls, like, and I fucking gave up. I was like, yo,
we played zone, we played box and one. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You should be able to do everything.
So I'm watching as we're talking about this. I have it's got my screen to the left of me. And it just sometimes just like as I'm watching videos, it just pops in a new video. So I'm about to say the wildest hot take that I probably have said in 9 years. Hot take, and it's
Ooh.
a non. It's not. There's a lot of things that aren't the reason. But if this O'Myron Hampton had more speed,
Oh,
I think he
I'd
would
be
be
in
my.
love.
I think he would be the best running back in this class,
Agreed.
and I think he could have been, but he's not. So he's not, but he could have been Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. I
I
have
think a slower Saquon Barkley.
I
I'm
have
watching him on
Jancy
Hampton.
number one.
Chansey's
I
powerful,
I
but
don't
I
know
like this
if
Hampton.
he ends up with the best career.
No, Hampton, man, I see Barkley in him. Like I see
He's got a lot of
because he's not
Barkley
like
traits.
yeah, I see the inside, the outside, and he hits the hole. And so but I think he's a little too like I know we did running back shows, but as I'm watching it, he hits the hole a little bit, and once he hits the hole, like Barkley hits the hole quick. He
Yeah.
nails that fucking hole. But like that second level, that's when Barkley's fucking good. Like
Yeah.
he's really good. Hampton kind of hits the hole, and then he fucking goes.
Yeah.
Whereas like Barkley can do both. He can do fast in the hole and then fucking that second level hit that
Yep.
hole and go. Hampton, if he hit that hole first, I think he'd Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
That yeah. Okay, I'm glad you agreeing with me because I thought I sounded like an idiot. But as I'm watching the
No, dude,
tape,
because he had
yeah,
a
and I
1,000
think he
yards
needs
after
to try,
contact. Fucking.
yeah, and I think he needs to work on pass block because as I'm watching him here, yeah, I think this is. Yeah, Hampton could be. Yeah, he needs to be a little bit faster. And I don't know. Yeah, he could be Saquon Barkley
I think potentially Henderson
potentially.
and or Dylan Sampson end up with being the best NFL running backs out of the
And,
class.
and yeah, a lot of people like Judkins.
I like Judkins a lot
has
too.
been-
I really like Dylan Sampson. I like Hampton too. The speed just you gotta be able to hit that home run without having
Yeah.
to break 3 tackles to get there.
Yeah.
And that's what remains to be seen.
Dude, fucking great show. Great fucking show today.
Agreed.
Yeah, I feel like we've been on a fucking roll lately. We're gonna kill it tomorrow. Just to kind of heads up before we call this a day. Why can I not find the list?
Here, you know what?
There we
I'm
are.
gonna pick my 4 now.
Okay.
That we're gonna do tomorrow.
Okay.
We're gonna type it in the chat while we announce it. We're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna do Jack Sawyer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we
From
doing JT too? Are you gonna do JT today? Because since we did 2 Texas,
Yeah,
A&M guys,
yeah. Let's
we should be
do
fair, we should do 2 Ohio State guys.
Let's do JT Tuamalu. We're gonna do. Let's do
wanna do-
Quindarius Robinson.
And you want to do Josiah Stewart?
Yes.
Giving some fucking Big Ten motherfucking love.
And Josiah Stewart. Why can't I spell Stewart right now? So tomorrow, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuamalu, Quindarius Robinson, and Josiah Stewart. Some Big Ten love and sprinkle in a little SEC.
Will any of these guys
Ooh.
go into the top 4? That's my question.
That's right.
But I will tell you, if you missed any of the show, you have to watch the video version, and you have to watch where we get to Michael Williams. See, as soon as we're about to wrap it up, fucking Susie shows up. Jesus Christ. But you have to see 10 minutes of pure awesomeness here on today's podcast. I mean, the whole podcast was great, but there was 10 minutes of probably the most insane insanity that I've ever done here in 9 years podcast. I don't think I've ever been that excited we both were excited for
Yeah,
that.
we were
But
both
if
really
you were
excited.
if you're missing, go to twitch.tv/ITRZpod. And yeah, definitely check us out. Check us out on Sunday, April 27th at Country Club Brewery in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania for a live Inside Eagles Red Zone podcast. There will be food, there will be fun, there will be brews. Um, so have a good time, have a good laugh. Me and Matt will bring the fire for our post draft show and some other things that could be a possibility, but don't want to say anything about that. But yeah, that's going to be on Sunday, April 27th.
Let's go.
Where is the Matt? You got anything else to say?
No, I'm excited. We're gonna keep on rolling.
I want to fly away today.
Oh yes, indeed.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. We out. Peace.